Hi there. Let's do some session at Google Cloud. Today we're going to be talking about Kubernetes. Just setting some configurations here, predefined under my Cloud Shell. I'm going to create a cluster with all default configurations. I'm going to open another instance while I'm creating the cluster. Now I'm going to get the code from the storage. Takes a while. Volvo then. Couple of things has to download. Cluster will take around 5 minutes. Cool. Let's see the code I need. I'm gonna work with. Here I have clean out deployments in GNX, pods and servers and TLS. Open the editor. I have to wait it. The thing we need here inside. Cool. Now we can get into, let's log into the cluster, run on Cloud Shell. Now I can execute kubectl commands, like I'm going to create a deployment of a GNX. We can get the pods, container creating, green, it's running. Let's expose these as load balancer. So we're gonna have a service ingress. So we can get that's kubectl get svc. Once we have the external IP address, which is still pending, we can go into the link. Even we can do a curl. Takes a while. Still pending. Here we have, so it gets services. I can do a curl. 48 don't need to mention. So here then Nginx, same is accessing there. Now let's talk about some pods. This is we're going to deploy this Kelsey Hightower. So brilliant developer. Okay, is going to deploy that. Let's create this deployment and going back to workloads. So we deploy the monolith. Okay. So deployment, this is a pod type. All of them is kind of a deployment. So I'm going to describe this pod, kubectl describe. Now I have a lot of information about this monolith pod, includes like the pod IP address. We have, let's say Kubernetes made it easy to create pods by describing them in configuration file, and it's easy to view information about them when they are running. Okay, let's fast forward about this. I'm going to get into another terminal. kubectl post forward monolith. Okay. So if I get in here and I do a cur, this monolith is displaying a hello world application. Here we go. The login. I do a handling with secure. So authorization failed. Didn't even reach that. Let's do a login, which belongs to, let's put a user. I'm gonna put it admin whatever. All right, admin. Authorization failed. I just put the password, but here we have a token. Okay. Then we are going to do this. I'm gonna put the password here. So easiest way. I have the token IMV var. We understood already. Transform this command into a var. Cool and easy. So what we can do now, authorization bear with the token on the secure. Okay. If you try to access this, yeah. So let's get some logs of the monolith. You saw that. Let's get a -f. Okay. Let's open another terminal. Reach another point. Cool. Now we're in that. So we're inside, or just pinging, and you are inside the virtual env. That's the way you can get into the pod. Okay. Since we have that, now we're going to orchestrate something to put into services. Let me show the monolith. I'm going to create a secret. Secret created. Let's create a config map. All those files are here. Okay, and double check. Okay, nginx conf. Let's create a secure monolith. Okay. And now let's go into services. What I intend to do, there's only one load balancer. So I'm going to create a services for the monolith. kubectl, oh Mac. Where have you gone? It's creating my monolith. There's no endpoint external. And now I'm going to create a firewall rule. gcloud compute firewall rules create. That's the name on the port TCP 31000. gcloud compute instance list. You can go into compute engine to see those machines there. Let's see this external IP address. Let's do a cur. So just fail it. Let's get this external IP address. Let's see. Didn't answer. Should have answered. By the way, I'm going to get the pods. Stop it. Don't care about those logs. I'm getting the pods. I will get the pods with secure enabled. I'm going to label the pods so you can get that. And then we get the pods secure monolith show labels. Now let's describe them like grab endpoints. That's my endpoint. Describe monolith. Cool. Let's go back here. Illegal for my URL missing. In this case, it's getting a mess about the URL should be hitting. Sorry, I did that wrong about the URL. That's running. Let's check this file. Deployments out. Coming from here. The deployment. Delph. That's the name. We're going to deploy this. Cool. So let's create this deployment. kubectl create -f the deployment. Alf is created. Workloads. Let's get in there. Let's create a service of Alf. Service exposed on TC. Okay, cluster IP. Alf. Its default is a cluster IP. This is a TCP port node port kind. That we decided to have a 31,000. We're going to create a deployment hello world, and let's create a service of hello world. Maybe it's too fast, but I have a repo and create all the things I have here. So you can see there are a couple of services. There are the proxies for the workloads. Now we're creating a hello. Good. Now let's create a config map. From the front-end configuration. I can share that. I'm going to create a front-end deployment and also a service from the front-end. Okay, load balancer. And GNX, okay, the volumes, TLS. It's going to execute these, okay. Track, this is just labels, pretty simple, just deployment. Okay, kubectl. Okay, external IP address is still pending, so the front end is gonna have an external IP address. Okay, creating the IP address for this load balancer. Now I have. Cool. Let's do a curve of it. You saw that the service, okay, at that port, so the target port, so I don't need to specify this port. Once I'm curling that. So that's all I like to share about how to create some service and deployments. I deploy the cluster IP, a load balancer, and a node port. The cluster IP cannot be reached outside the cluster. Anyway, just to having some fun with the Kubernetes, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.